त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। विश्ववन्दिता निर्मला माता सर्वपूजिता निर्मला माता ब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी योगनिरूपिणी शुभदां वरदां नमो नमः। विश्ववन्दिता निर्मला माता सर्वपूजिता निर्मला माता शुभदां वरदां नमो नमः विश्ववन्दिता निर्मला माता सर्वपूजिता निर्मला माता
प्रगट सगुना निर्गुना वेदी सिद्धि की धात्री है सौम्या सरला महामना आनंजलि गुण धात्री है
गत गत वासिनी आत्मा विकासिनी शुभदां वरदां नमो नमः विश्ववन्दिता निर्मला माता सर्वपूजिता निर्मला माता ब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी योगनिरूपिणी शुभदां वरदां नमो नमः विश्ववन्दिता निर्मला माता सर्वपूजिता निर्मला माता विश्ववन्दिता निर्मला माता सर्वपूजिता निर्मला माता निर्मला माता निर्मला माता La 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 सत्य जन्म जो पुण्य किए सब लोग हुए सारे सत्य जन्म जो पुण्य किए सब लोग हुए सारे इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे ला 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 la 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 सब धर्मों को छोड़ शरण में, सब धर्मों को छोड़ शरण में आए शरण तिहारे। इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे। ला 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 अहम भाव को छोड़ तुम्हारे शरण शरण आता।
अहम भाव को छोड़ तुम्हारे शरण शरण आता।
भव सागर के दुख सुख से वह पूर्ण पार होता।
भव सागर के दुख सुख से वह पूर्ण पार होता।
ना आंधी हो ना हो तूफान, ना आंधी हो ना हो तूफान, संकट टल के जाए। इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे। ला 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 कुंडलिनी को जागृत करके मेरे पाप हरो।
कुंडलिनी को जागृत करके मेरे पाप हरो।
देकर मंगल आशीर्वाद तुम पावन मुझे करो।
देकर मंगल आशीर्वाद तुम पावन मुझे करो।
जन्म मरण के फेरे मिट गए, जन्म मरण के फेरे मिट गए, भूल गए भाग हमारे। इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे। ला 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 सत जन्म जो पुण्य किए हैं सब लोग हुए सारे, सत जन्म जो पुण्य किए हैं सब लोग हुए सारे। इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे। ला 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 इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे हमको, दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे हमको, दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे.
The next song we have is a little bit slower, so if you wish you can clap, otherwise just sit back and enjoy it. It's a very, very sweet song, very beautiful melody.
माझी निर्मलाई सुंदर माझी निर्मलाई कारुणी पैजन पाई आई कारुणी पैजन पाई आसत आली निर्मलाई आसत आली निर्मलाई कारुणी पैजन पाई आई कारुणी पैजन पाई सहजयोगी आम्ही अशी पाहिली
सहजयोगी आम्ही अशी पाहिली
शरणही तिजला सर्वही झाली
शरणाची कला सर्वही झाली
सुंदर माझी निर्मलाई सुंदर माझी निर्मलाई कारुणी पैजन पाई आई कारुणी पैजन पाई आसत आली निर्मलाई आसत आली निर्मलाई कारुणी पैजन पाई आई कारुणी पैजन पाई आसत आली निर्मलाई आसत आली निर्मलाई कारुणी पैजन पाई आई कारुणी पैजन पाई आसत आली निर्मलाई आसत आली निर्मलाई कारुणी आई कारुणी पैजन पाई नाचो रे झूम झूम नाचो मैया के चरणों को झूम झूम नाचो मैया के चरणों को झूम झूम नाचो माता ओ माता तेरे नानों की लंबी है गाथा ओ माता तेरे नानों की लंबी है गाथा निर्मल माता कांजुका सुलागम हमें गाथा हे माता ओ माता हम तेरा करे जगराता ओ माता हम तेरा करे जगराता निर्मल माता कांजुका सुलागम हमें भगवाना हे माता ओ माता कोई पूजे अष्टभुजा होई पूजे दशभुजा वाली माँ निर्मला की जय बोलो कोई पूजे अष्टभुजा होई पूजे दशभुजा वाली माँ निर्मला की जय बोलो जितनी सवारी उतनी ही बाहे कोई गया ना खाली माँ निर्मला की जय बोलो झूम झूम नाचो रे झूम झूम नाचो झूम झूम नाचो रे झूम झूम नाचो मैया के चरणों को झूम झूम नाचो माया के चरणों को झूम झूम नाचो माता ओ माता तेरा लाल तेरी सेवा में गाता ओ माता तेरा लाल तेरी सेवा में गाता निर्मल माता का विकास लागम हमें भागा हे माता ओ माता हम तेरा करे जगराता ओ माता हम तेरा करे जगराता निर्मल माता का विकास लागम हमें भागा हे माता ओ माता ओ माता ओ माता ओ माता
झाली गाणी म्हणे म्हणा एक छोटंसं हां तुझे म्हणत मला काय माहिती कोणचं They want to sing one more song.
Hindi songs, page 64. Mahamaya Mahakali.
महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मलमा महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मलमा 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 ओ निर्मलमा 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 महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मलमा महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मलमा नाम निर्मला शक्ति दाता नाम निर्मला शक्ति दाता हे माता पिता और सखा विधाता ओ माता पिता और सखा विधाता हे शक्ति दाता मैया सखा विधाता ओ शक्ति दाता मैया सखा विधाता हे सखा विधाता मैया शक्ति दाता ओ सखा विधाता मैया शक्ति दाता रखवाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मलमा महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मलमा 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 ओ निर्मलमा निर्मलमा पक्व शत सुमन चढ़ाए
प्रेम पाके सर सुमन चढ़ाए
तेरे गुण गाए मैया सुमन चढ़ाए
तेरे गुण गाए माया समन चढ़ाए
सुमन चढ़ाए मैया तेरे गुण गाए
सुमन चढ़ाए माया तेरे गुण गाए
बने सत्य साधना के पाली जय शेरा वाली भवानी निर्मल
महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
ओ निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
ओ निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
हम चरण कमल की बने खड़ाऊं
चरण कमल की बने चढ़ाओ
घृणित भाव मिटे जगमाऊं
घृणित भाव मिटे जगमाओ
बने खड़ाऊं मैया मिटे जगमाऊं
बन कदाओ नय मिटे जगमाओ
मिटे जगमाऊं मैया बने खड़ाऊं
मिट जगमाओ नय बने कदाओ
इस जग
सन सन की माली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
ओ निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
ओ निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
मन हमरी मंजिल तेरा द्वार
हमारी मंजिल तेरा द्वार
तेरा आश्रमय सत्य सहारा
तेरा आश्रय सत्य सहारा
तेरा एक द्वारा मैया सत्य सहारा
तेरे एक द्वार माया सत्य सहारा
सत्य सहारा मैया तेरा एक द्वारा
सत्य सहारा माया तेरे एक द्वार
अब
पूरी
पाली जय शेरा वाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
ओ निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ
ओ निर्मल माँ निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ महामाया महाकाली जय शेरावाली भवानी निर्मल माँ
I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, you have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot change it, we cannot transform it, and we cannot conceptualize it. Also, unfortunately, at this human awareness, we cannot feel the truth. So something has to be done, something has to work out in our human awareness, in the evolutionary process. We have become human beings from amoeba. How did we become? And if we are human beings, have we reached the absolute state? We have not. If we had reached the absolute state, then there would have been no problems, because everybody would have seen the same thing, would have understood the same thing, and felt the same thing. But because we are living in a relative world, we have all these problems. As it is, most of the problems are created by human beings. If you see ecological problems, if you see economic problems, political problems, physical problems, mental problems, family problems, all of them are related to human beings. So we have gone wrong somewhere. There's something that's a missing point which we have not realized. The advancements we have made in our civilization, say in science, has reached such a stage that we had to create atom bomb, hydrogen bomb. So all these mental efforts we have put in also boomerang on us and create our destruction. In every way, we get frustrated. And we start seeking, what's the matter? Then we turn to religion, and we find in religion also, it's just words, words and words. Whatever is written in the Bible, same about written in Quran if you read it, or Dhammapad or Gita, everywhere is about just the same. There's not much of a change. But still, you may follow any religion, so-called following, I would say. Still, a human being belonging to any religion can commit any sin. Any sin. There's no binding force on him of that religion. Why is it all these great religions which were created by great incarnations and great prophets have taken such a deviated path, and why we have not been able to achieve whatever they have promised to us? What is the reason why we could not achieve that? What has gone wrong? If you read Quran, you'll be amazed. The description of what was the vision of Muhammad Sahib is far away from the Muslims as they are. Same about Christians, we can say. When Christ has said, "Thou shalt not have adulterous eyes," difficult to find Christians who don't have. In this way, we have to realize on one side, whatever mental efforts we have put in, or on the other side, whatever physical or emotional efforts we have put in, have come back to us destroying us. We can see the result very clearly. Why all these problems are there. Still we adhere to something which is not reality. We go on clinging to it because perhaps we are born like that, perhaps we think that that's we have done now all our lives, so why give up? And the forefathers have done the same, you are doing the same. But now a new category of very honest people are there in this world who are seeking beyond. William Blake has called them men of God. Those who will seek the truth, and they will make other people also godly. That's the time has come, this resurrection time has come, we should say, or this is the last judgment. This last judgment is going to be done by this Kundalini, the power within you. This is your own power, which has to be awakened. And once it is awakened, it passes through these centers as told to you and lets you know that these are your problems. These are the problems of your chakras. They may be physical, they be emotional, could be also spiritual. And once you know these problems, and if you know how to solve these problems, you can be a very normal, sensible, balanced personality. That's not the only thing that happens when you get your self-realization. Firstly, what happens to you is that when the Kundalini passes through your Agya Chakra, then you become thoughtlessly aware. If you see all the sciences they have created after religion, about religion, the talks and the whole thing is just mental. It's not inside, it's not innate, built within. So one thought rises, another thought falls, another thought rises and falls down. Some come from the future, some come from the past. And we are jumping on the cusp of these thoughts. But if you say, now, this is the present, stop your mind at this top point, which is the present. You can't. You just can't do it. Between these thoughts, there is a gap. This gap is the present, but it's so small that you cannot find it. But when the Kundalini passes through this center, then these two institutions, as you see them, the conditioning and the ego, are just sucked in. As a result, you become thoughtlessly aware. Means there is no thought. But you are absolutely aware, very much more aware. For example, if you look at this beautiful hall without thoughtless awareness, with the thoughtless awareness, then the whole picture becomes like a photo in your mind. Whole thing is stored up into every detail so clearly. Because present is the truth. Past is finished and future doesn't exist. So to come to the present, you have to have this new awareness called as thoughtless awareness. But when she crosses over and pierces through your fontanelle bone area, which is the actualization of your baptism. Just people talk of baptism, come along, I'll baptize you. It's not possible that way. It's just an artificial ritual. Try to understand. This is not going to render that actual happening within you, which is going to make you grow spiritually. So the actualization of baptism takes place, and you can feel also from your fontanelle bone area a kind of a cool breeze of the Holy Ghost coming in. You feel extremely relaxed. Secondly, that you jump into another higher awareness, which we call as collective consciousness. This means that not only that you can feel your own centers on your fingertips, because these cool vibrations, you can call them, start flowing through your own hands. You can feel them. But also you get the information about others as well as about yourself on these fingertips. Automatically, you become like a person who is a computer. It starts working in such a wonderful manner that you can find out about any disease, any trouble, without going through all the diagnosis or anything. And if you know how to cure these troubles physically, mentally, you can definitely cure yourself and also others if you have reached that state and have permanently achieved it. This is what has to happen to us. All of us have to achieve that state, which is your right to achieve it. Sahaja means with you is born. This yoga means the union with this all-pervading power of God's love. It exists or not, we have never bothered to find out. We see these beautiful flowers, very beautiful flowers and everything around. When I came from Sydney, I saw the beauty. The nature has just spread for the pleasure of human beings. We never even think how it has happened. What has worked it out, all these living things? We don't even think how this eye of ours is such a beautiful camera, how it has been made. How is it, this brain, which is such a great computer, how is it made? Who has made it? They may say it is autonomous, but who is this auto? We have never tried to find out that there is this all-pervading power of God's love, which has done all this living work. And now for us it is to feel that that is the yoga, is the union with that divine. It's not physical, it's not mental, but it is spiritual, where you start first time feeling this all-pervading power. Then only you have to know how to use this power which flows through you. But it moves very slowly. And people, you see, this is not a plastic work that you can go on producing many, and we don't have any organization as such. We do not organize people, and we do not take any money at all. You cannot. Because how much can you pay for this divine work? How much do we pay to Mother Earth? For she gives us all these beautiful flowers. She doesn't understand money. So you cannot pay for it. But there are many, many organizations afloat which are taking money, which are giving you mental feed, and people run after them. They like to go on working out that yarn that they have spun for you. One has to go beyond this mind to feel the spirituality. With this mind, that is human mind, you cannot understand. You have to have divine mind. But once you get your realization, your mind also gets enlightened. And when your mind is enlightened, you can perceive, penetrate into every situation in such a deeper manner, and the way you can improve it, I can tell you a simple analogy to understand it. Supposing you are standing in the sea, and the sea is rough, you are afraid of the waves, very much afraid. But supposing somebody puts you on the boat, and then you can see those waves and enjoy them. But supposing you learn how to swim, then you can jump in and save them. It is not any brainwashing or any sort of a bombardment of words, but it is something that happens to you. You become something. As you have become human being, you become realized soul as a result of this last breakthrough of your evolution. This is happening everywhere, no doubt. And it's working out very well. I think they told me 62 countries, but at least I know of definitely of 52 countries where there we have got very strong centers where it is working out. Now whatever we are telling you here, you need not accept blindfolded. Blind faith is of no use. First of all, you must experience. Just like a hypothesis, I am putting this before you. But you should have an open mind of a scientist. Just open your mind and see for yourself it works. If it works, then you have to accept. If you are honest, you have to accept. If it doesn't work, if it works with many, why not try and work it out? Most of the people do get their realization. I have seen it. It's a wonderful thing that is happening, that masses of people can get realization. Depends on also certain places, like Russia, I was amazed, where they have not heard the name of God, they have never heard the name of Christ, they were not allowed to read Bible or any book, they had no religion at all. They believed in no religion. Where thousands and thousands come to my program and they all get their realization. In a small place called Taliati, there are 22,000 Sahajogis practicing Sahajoga. Can you imagine? I was so amazed. Same about Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, Poland. I was amazed how these people, Czechoslovakia, how they have taken to Sahajoga so fast, just like fish to water. How they realized it. And nobody else, all these false people could not go there, nothing could work out. Only thing that has really worked out there is something that is genuine, that is Sahajoga. One has to realize that as we are not in the absolute state, we have to reach to the absolute state. That desire should be there. If that desire is there, it works out without any difficulty. It is your own power which manifests, and gradually you can manifest them in such a way that you can do so many things like giving realization to others, curing others, and also enjoying it. Because when the attention is filled with the light of the Spirit, it fills you up with complete joy. And joy has not two sides like happiness and unhappiness. It's singular, it's absolute. And you are, then they say, they are swimming in the ocean of joy. So beautiful it is. This new race, we can call it, the new society, is already formed. It's there. They are angel-like people, beautiful. I never tell them, don't drink, don't smoke, don't take drugs, nothing of the kind. I don't tell them. It just automatically drops out. Because in the light, they see the ignorance that they had, they see the darkness, and they just drop out. We don't have to tell them anything, not to brainwash them or anything. It just works automatically. You don't have to follow any kind of a fundamental truths or things, nothing of the kind. You just know this is fundamental because you have got the light within you. Then they see the goodness, then they see the oneness of all the religions. So if you know the oneness of all religions, why will you be fundamentalist? If you belong to one organization or to another church or to another religion, then you fight. When you get into compartments like this, then only you fight. Everybody thinks we are the chosen ones. That's how we have this fundamentalism now knocking at our doors. So to get rid of it, the best thing is, first of all, you have to become an universal being. And this spirit is the universal being. Once you become the universal being, then you'll be surprised to see that all these differences you saw because of complete ignorance. For example, there is light, you can see each other here. But supposing there's complete pitch darkness, you don't know who is sitting here, who is right, who is left. You don't know how to walk. You may trample over people, you may just get frightened, you may run helter-skelter. But if there is light, you see things so clearly. In the same way, Sahajoga works. First, some people get not all the light, I should say, but they do get a little light, the glimmer of light. And then it starts expanding. And when it expands, you'll be amazed how things work out. Also, I have seen people after coming to Sahajoga, they become extremely intelligent, absorbent, and a kind of a very dynamic personality comes in them. Now you have seen these Australians singing Sanskrit song. I mean, imagine, Sanskrit, even these English lived in India for 300 years. They couldn't learn one sentence of Hindi language, leave alone Sanskrit. But the way they sing with such clarity, even the Indians are surprised at how they are singing our songs in Sanskrit language. It's an impossibility. We cannot think of a Western person singing like this, with all the rhythm and the melody and all that. And in no time they pick up. There are artists and artists who have now got world fame in India after coming to Sahaja Yoga. We have got here also some artists who were painters, have got a good name for themselves. Everything changes. You become on top of the world, but you don't become competitive. You start enjoying each other. Such a brotherhood, such love, such friendship, that you become one drop becoming an ocean, macrocosm becoming the macrocosm. We talk of all these things, but we have never achieved it. Now the time has come for us to achieve all this. In this one lecture, I know I can't talk much. Last year also I was here, and Lord Mayor was here also to grace the occasion. I found him to be a remarkable person, the way he got his realization. You are especially blessed people, I think, Newcastle, with this beautiful lake here and beautiful surroundings. And I hope that Sahaja Yoga will work out here very well. Gradually, it will take its roots and you can have a real good center in Newcastle. May God bless you all. Of course, I have 15 minutes more and you could ask me some questions, but should be reasonable. I have not come here to take anything from you. I have just come here to tell you what you have, what is your quality, what is your potential, what is your glory, and what you can become. So if you have any questions, you can just ask me. It will be a very good idea. From this side is better.
Yes, ma'am. Any questions?
No question. Wonderful people they are. All gone into thoughtless awareness. They can't think of a question, I think. It's very good. You see, actually, if you ask me questions, I'm very good at it because, you see, now I've been doing this kind of a job for 21 years. Very good at it. But even if I answer it, it's just a mental feat that doesn't promise that Kundalini will be awakened in any way. But you ask the question, I'll be happy, because you should be free to ask.
He was asking about the void, the light green area, the void. He wanted to know a little more about it.
This is the area which we say is within us, built up by the great prophets. You can start, say, Abraham, Moses, Socrates, Lao Tse. All these great prophets have built this area within us. And this represents 10 valencies, like 10 commandments. Carbon has got 4 valencies. We have got 10 valencies. And these 10 valencies are our real, actual human nature, which we can call is the religion within ourselves. So when the Kundalini rises, she enlightens these valencies. That is how the religion becomes innate. It was quite a long story, and I must have given at least 20 lectures on this part. So you can get those tapes and know about it much more. But this is what is to be crossed over. Now, if you move to the left, you can become a person who is extremely ascetic, full of rules and regulations, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do all kinds of tapas and japas and this and that and ritualistic, and you won't touch this person, you won't touch that person, sort of a very ascetic person. Or you can say very also hot, extremely hot person who can curse anyone or say, do all kinds of such things. And also people like Hitler were right-sided, extremely right-sided, so they go then to violence. Then the another one is the left-sided one, where you become extremely indulgent into the bhakti part, means the worship, and then you'll go to church so many times, read Bible so many times, like absolutely getting into a left side where you might get possessed by the left side and you might get possessed by some sort of a spirit or something. So both the sides are wrong. You have to be in the center. In the center, what happens to you is that you are in religion. Don't have to say anything, but it just works within you. You just don't do wrong things. You just don't do it. You become a saint. Automatically, you become righteous. Automatically. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to work out, you don't have to stand on your head, or you don't have to do any sacrifices or sufferings, nothing of the kind. This is also a wrong idea that you suffer for your spiritual ascent. It's absolutely wrong. At least for Christians must understand that Christ has already suffered for us. Why should we suffer? So many wrong conceptions are there, which I'll be gradually telling you, which you will see, find out, that these wrong conceptions have really cut us out from the reality. A person who is in religion doesn't bother. He's not bothered about money, he's not bothered about all this. Nothing can tempt such a person. He's beyond it. Nothing can tempt him. But later on, you can learn much more. All right, we have some very good Saj Yogis here who are well equipped, and you can learn from them, and then you can teach others also. Because once a light is enlightened, can enlighten other lights. It's very simple. No other question? It's beautiful. I mean, these are the real seekers of what William Blake has described. I'm very happy. All right. So now we'll have to have our self-realization. First of all, I have to tell you that all of you should have full confidence that you can get your self-realization. Whatever may be your race, whatever may be your religion, whatever you might have done, whatever may be your age, anything, you all can get self-realization. That is first confidence in it. It's very important not to doubt yourself. No way please doubt yourself. You are all ready just to get your realization. But still, there are, I must say, 3 conditions, which are very simple if you understand. The first one is that you are not to feel guilty at all. It's a fashion to feel guilty sometimes you feel guilty. This guilt business is of no use, I tell you. After all, you are human beings. And human beings can only commit mistakes. You are not God. So what is there to feel guilty? Are you feeling guilty because you are a human being? It's very difficult for people not to feel guilty. It's something so much built in. Especially in the West, I've seen people feel too much guilty. Not in India. I don't think Indians know that style. There's nothing to feel guilty. And those who tell you that you are a sinner, this thing, are themselves something wrong with them. Nobody has business to say that. At present, you understand that none of you are guilty in the eyes of God. Take it from me. Believe me. So forget it and don't feel guilty about anything whatsoever you have done. Let the Kundalini decide, you don't do it. But do you know, if you feel guilty, then this center goes out of order. It's a very remarkable center, this one is, on the left side. When it goes out of order, what happens? You might get angina, you might get spondylitis, or your organs may become lethargic. Physically it has an effect. We always say in English language, pain in the neck. See, somebody must be knowing about it to say pain in the neck. You see, this pain in the neck is nothing but just feeling guilty. It's all mental. Try to understand it's all mental. So this is the first condition you have. The second one is that you have to forgive everyone without even thinking about them. In general. This is another very difficult situation. But just see logically. Whether you forgive or don't forgive, what do you do? Logically. Nothing. What do? We are just torturing ourselves. When we don't forgive others, we are just torturing ourselves. But the people who have troubled us are very happy, while we are playing into their hands and torturing ourselves. You will feel much lighter if you just in your heart you say, I forgive everyone in general. Don't think of them. Thinking itself is a headache. Now the third one is also very simple, as I said. You should be very confident because you are a human being, and on the whole, you should be very pleasantly placed towards yourself. You shouldn't condemn yourself. In no way you should try to say that how is it possible, and everything will work out. Because it's all built in. Now supposing you come in this hall, and you have to put on the lights, you have to just switch on because it's built in. But supposing outside only you start saying it may not work, it will work, but please first see if it works or not. Why not give it a full chance? So don't doubt yourself. It is going to work out. This is very important, I must tell you, because we have learned to doubt ourselves, doubt others. There's nothing to doubt. You all have got this power within yourselves, and it will work. I'm sure it will work. So, should we have now our session of self-realization? But first and foremost thing is that I respect your freedom. It will take about 10-15 minutes. But those who don't want it, I cannot force on them self-realization. It cannot work out. You have to ask for it. As Christ has said, you have to knock the door. So, if you are not desirous of having it, you should leave the hall. But if you want to have it, then please be seated and you will see the results. It won't trouble you at all. You will feel very much better. And you will go all full of joy from here. Now first we'll show you how we are going to work out for the first time. But this need not be repeated again. How you have to nourish your own centers. Firstly, you have to put your left hand towards me like this, on your lap, please. Just comfortably like this, towards me. Now, this left side, as he must have told you, is the power of your desire, general desire, while the Kundalini is the pure desire. So this power, when you put towards me like this, means you are desirous of having your realization. And with your right hand, which is expressing your power of action, we will be nourishing all our centers. It's very simple now that you put left hand towards me. You have to take out your shoes because the Mother Earth also helps us. And you have to put both your why it's not coming out? What's the matter? Got stuck with something. Just imagine. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Put both the feet apart from each other. Apart from each other. Now, first of all, you have to put your right hand on your heart. In the heart resides the spirit. So that's the first thing we have to touch. Why don't you do it? Then you can't sit here. I'm sorry, madam. Nobody should see others. You must watch yourself. We have been watching others all our lives. Now we have to watch ourselves, all right? Just try. It's very easy. Put your right hand on your heart. In the heart resides the spirit. If you become the spirit, you become your own master. So please take your right hand now, the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. We are working only on the left hand side. Now this is the center of your mastery. Mastery of the art of handling this divine power. This is created, as I said, by great masters, real masters, prophets. Then you have to take down your hand in the low portion of your abdomen and press it hard on the left hand side. This is the center of pure knowledge. It's surprisingly that when I say that, people get a shock that pure knowledge is here, but later on you will know how it is converted for the use of the brain. This pure knowledge is the knowledge about the divine laws. And that starts working on our central nervous system, which we have to achieve in our evolution. Then we raise our hand again onto the left side of our abdomen on the upper part, then onto our heart, then into the corner of your neck and shoulder where I've told you have problems because of this obstruction in this center. Then you turn your head to your right fully. Fully you turn it to your right. Now you take your right hand on top of your forehead across like this. Put the fingers on one side and your thumb on the other and press it hard and put it down as far as possible your head. This is the center for forgiving others in general. You have to now take your right hand and put it on the back side of your head, back side. And now push back your head as far as possible. Here, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, you have to ask forgiveness from the divine power without any restriction about yourself. Just to ask for your satisfaction. Now, stretch your right hand fully and put the center of your palm on top of your head and press it hard and push back your fingers as far as possible. This is very important to push back your fingers. The center of the palm on the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood, push back your fingers now. Press it hard. And now you have to move your scalp clockwise 7 times. Slowly, the scalp has to be moved 7 times. Push back your fingers, otherwise there won't be any pressure. That's all we have to do, that's all. But please remember to push back your fingers. Please remember. Now we'll have to close our eyes. Before closing the eyes, you should see that your 2 feet are apart from each other, that you are not bending in front too much or bending behind too much, but sitting in a straight manner. And you can take out your spectacles if you like, because you'll be closing your eyes until I tell you don't have to open. If there is something tight on your waist or on your neck, you can little bit loosen it. You have to be comfortable. So you have to be very pleasantly placed towards yourself. Now, please put left hand towards me like this, right hand on the heart, and now close your eyes. Here now you have to ask me a very fundamental question about yourself. Please ask 3 times. You can call me Mother or you can call me Shri Mataji. This question is to be asked, all these questions from your heart, not loudly. So please ask 3 times. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask this question 3 times. Mother, am I the spirit? Now, if you are the spirit, you are your master. So please take your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side, press it hard, and ask me another fundamental question about yourself. Mother, am I my own master? Ask this question 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Ask this question 3 times. Now, please know that I respect your freedom. And I cannot force pure knowledge on you. You have to ask for it. Please put your right hand now in the lower portion of your abdomen and press it hard. Here you have to say 6 times because this center has got 6 petals. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Please say it 6 times. When you ask for pure knowledge, the Kundalini starts rising. So now we have to open our upper centers with our full self-confidence. So now raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen on the left-hand side. Press it. And here you have to say 10 times with full self-confidence, Mother, I am my own master. Please say that. Mother, I am my own master. Please say it 10 times. You have to know the fundamental thing about yourself, that you are not this body, this mind, these conditionings, this ego, these emotions, these desires. But beyond that, you are the pure spirit. So now raise your right hand on top of your heart and say with full confidence again, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Please say it with full self-confidence 12 times. Mother, I am the pure spirit. This divine power is the ocean of knowledge and compassion. It is the ocean of love and bliss. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. So, all the so-called mistakes you have committed can be easily dissolved in this power of ocean of forgiveness. Please raise your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder. And put your head to your right and forgive yourself. Here you have to say 16 times. 16 times you have to say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Say it with full self-confidence 16 times. Mother, I am not guilty at all. I have already told you that you have to forgive everyone in general without even thinking about them, because you are playing into wrong hands by not forgiving them. Now, raise your right hand to your forehead across and put your fingers on one side and your thumb on the other side. Now, please try to put down your head as far as possible. Now, here, with full confidence, without counting, from your heart, you have to say, Mother, I forgive everyone in general. If you don't say it now, you'll be surprised that the center is a very constricted center. It won't open and the Kundalini won't rise. As it is, you have suffered so much by not forgiving, and now you cannot give up your self-realization for this kind of a mental projection that you have against yourself. So please forgive everyone in general. Very important it is. Now, please take your right hand on the back side of your head. and push back your head as far as possible. Here, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, just for your own satisfaction. You have to say from your heart, not how many times, from your heart, O divine power, if I have done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Again, I say that from your heart, not how many times. You have to say, O divine power, if I have done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Now, stretch your right hand, stretch the palm, put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone on your childhood. But here you have to remember that this is the most important center, the last center. Now, you press it back, your fingers, press it back as far as possible. This is very important. Stretch them backwards and put a good pressure on your scalp. Please put down your head. Here again, I cannot cross over your freedom, I respect it. So I cannot force self-realization on you. So please press it hard and try to move your scalp slowly 7 times, saying, Mother, please give me self-realization. Say it 7 times, slowly move it 7 times. Now please take down your hands, slowly open your eyes and put both your hands like this towards me. Now watch me without thinking. Can you do it? Can you watch me without thinking? You can wear your glasses if you want to. Now please put your right hand towards me like this and put down your head and see for yourself if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head. It could be warm, it could be hot. But with the left hand, you should see it which is little far away from the head, not on top of the head. And just see for yourself. Some people get it very far, but still you see for yourself, move your hand and see for yourself if there's a cool or a hot breeze coming. If it is hot, that means you have not forgiven. Please forgive. Please forgive at this moment. Don't miss your self-realization. Bend your head fully. Now, please put your left hand towards me. Again, bend your head and see with your right hand if there's a cool or a hot breeze coming out of your fontanelle bone area. Now, again, once more, bend your head again, put the right hand towards me and put the left hand on top of your fontanelle bone area and see for yourself if there's some cool breeze or a hot breeze like waves are coming out of your fontanelle bone area. Now, you have to put both your hands towards the sky like this, bend back your head, and you have to ask a question 3 times, any one of these questions 3 times in your heart. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Ask this question 3 times if you like. Or, Mother, is this the all-pervading power of God's love? Or, Mother, is this the Parama Chaitanya? Ask any one of these questions 3 times in your heart. Now, please put down your hands. All those who have felt cool breeze, you can move hands like this. Keep that. Felt the cool breeze in the fingertips or in the hands or on top of the fontanelle bone area. Cool or warm? Anyone, all of you who have felt it, please raise both your hands. One. Just a minute. I bow to all of you, all the saints. May God bless you. It's really wonderful how so many of you, most of you, have felt the cool breeze, except for 1 or 2 people here and there. Maybe something is working in their minds. It's there. You all have got it. And so now I bow to you, all of you who have got your realization. This is the beginning, the sprouting of the seed, as they call it. But it will have to grow more and more. I'll be coming next year again, and I hope you'll all be great trees of spirituality in Newcastle. They didn't have program for Newcastle, but I said you better keep it because I enjoyed the vibrations of this place very much, and I did feel that this was a great place where there will be lots of real seekers. And I found that today. Thank you very much. All of you should understand that this is beyond discussion, beyond argument. We have a very good center here. You all should come to our collective programs and respect yourself and your self-realization. Now you have to little bit grow, and that's very simple. You will be in meditation means you will be in thoughtless awareness and you will be growing. And there are so many aspects of Sahaja Yoga which you will understand. And we have people here who are very, very, very good in Sahaja Yoga. I hope it will all work out very well for you. May God bless you. Also, you are welcome to write to me if you have any personal problems. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Shall I?
The location of the program and some details are located outside in some material which you're welcome to. Thank you.
Realization also should not get worried. You see, you should go and see him and things will work out. They all can give realization, and tomorrow you can give realizations to others. So they can look after you, they can solve all your problems, they can help you out in everything, and you can be empowered with the same powers. So may God bless you. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who didn't feel it? You didn't? We'll probably get someone to work on you. You've probably got a little blockage somewhere. We can probably get you the sensation. Would someone like to come and work on this lady here? Anyone else?